pit of the campus of VANDEGRIFT High School in Austin, Texas. My name is Merle Bertrand. Very happy to be back with you tonight, joining in by the coach, Les Clary, back at the Comfy Cozy Vype Live studios. John Hatch is in the house. We'll see if he comes up here at some point during the broadcast. But for now, flying solo, and that's totally okay, as the VANDEGRIFT Vipers get ready to take on the McNeil Mavericks. After a hard-fought win on the road against the arch-rival Vista Ridge Rangers, the Vipers still have a shot at slipping into the playoffs. To do so, they have to win these next two games at home, starting with tonight's matchup against the McNeil Mavericks, and then Friday night's matchup here again at home against the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Let's get you up to speed on where things stand so far in the district race. Coach Cliff Ellis's Vipers tip off against McNeil at 13-14 overall and 3-6 in District 25-6A, all alone in fifth place. 2 games back of Cedar Ridge for the final playoff spot with 5 games left to play. Cedar Ridge will be favored when they host Vista Ridge tonight, and the Vipers and the Raiders, as I mentioned, square off here at the Viper Pit on Friday night. So VANDEGRIFT needs this win to keep pace. After a 68-44 loss in Hutto last Friday night, Coach Darrell Hageman's McNeil Mavericks come in at just 8-20 overall, part of a 3-way tie with the Hippos and Vista Ridge, 1 game behind the Vipers at the bottom of the district. And, of course, overlook the Mavericks at your peril, however, because they've beaten VANDEGRIFT 3 straight games, including the last time they met over at McNeil by a final score of 60-38, although keep in mind in that game, the Vipers were without team captain Mason Anderson, and I believe Jackson Oliver was out of the lineup that night as well. So a different Viper ball club playing on the home court tonight against the McNeil Mavericks. That sets the table here. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching VANDEGRIFT Vipers basketball on Vype Live.
Texas Malibu is your exclusive dealer for the world's #1 water sports towboats, Malibu. Now with locations in Austin and Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, we cover all of Central Texas. Come see the enthusiasts at Texas Malibu in Austin or Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, or give them a call, 512-244-9777, or visit them online, texasmalibu.com. That's 512-244-9777. Then get on the water with your crew and make memories that'll last a lifetime. When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the VANDEGRIFT community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
Here at VANDEGRIFT High School, Merle Bertrand here, and John Hatch will be joining us here. And John, I just got us on the air a moment ago. Hopefully you can hear me okay. But different team tonight that the Vipers have on the floor, we hope at least, against what we saw at McNeil earlier in this month.
Boy, we hope so. I mean, we definitely have Mason and Jackson Oliver back in the lineup, which I think, on both ends of the floor, I think that's, they're vital to the success of the team. And I know it sounds like an excuse, but I know a lot of the guys who did play that night were under the weather. So home floor, full strength. Hopefully we see a very different result tonight.
Yeah, the Vipers, as I mentioned in the opening, come in 2 games out of the final playoff spot with 5 games left to play. They get Cedar Ridge here at home on Friday, so we got a chance to get one of those games back. you're just kind of chipping away and hoping for a tie and to take your chances in that playing game, but you got to get there first.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, we kind of moved into sole possession of fifth place at least.
Right.
And it's not quite that our destiny is in our own hands, but if we can get 2 wins at home this week, we're 1 game behind Cedar Ridge, and we just sort of have to hope that someone below us knocks them off.
Right.
And that otherwise they don't knock off someone above them. I think it's too much to hope for that we'll take Westwood or Round Rock on the road. So I think we need to win these 2 games, close out with Hutto at home,
right.
and just get a little help from somebody down the road. And I don't know if Hutto, I think they weren't at full strength when they played us, and maybe they've got, I know there's a good guard they have who wasn't playing. So that's a team that could be disruptive in the second half. Hopefully not disruptive to us.
Right.
Disruptive to Cedar Ridge.
Well, they sure wiped out McNeil on Friday night. Beat them by about 20-some points, I saw. So, we could see it there. They were flashes at they're a very dangerous ball club as well. So even though we've beaten them once and even though we've got them at home, certainly can't take anybody for granted, especially when you're a team that's hovering around the 500 mark.
Right, and McNeil, I'm thinking just back to the experience we had with them. They had a really hot shooting night, and you're just not going to have those all the time.
Right.
And if you're relying on that, very quickly you can lose to Hutto by 20. And even when we beat Hutto, we had a really hot shooting night, probably our hottest of the season. So you think if we have a normal shooting night, that could be a very different outcome.
Right. Well, before we get too far into the broadcast, of course, we want to thank the Vandegrift Boys Basketball Booster Cup and all the sponsors for making the broadcast possible. You see them there across the top of your screen. Avalar Texas Real Estate and Agent Rhonda Drill. Bradley Basketball, Chicken Express, Cool Creek Family Dental, Gina Ront Realty, Independence Title with Mr. Brian Pittman, EXP Realty with Agent Alicia Gower-Michaud, Malibu Boats, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, Sawstar Bank, and State Farm Insurance Agent Mr. Gary Shanahan. This will be the 9th meeting between these 2 ball clubs. McNeil now leads the overall series 5-3 after sweeping Vandegrift last year and shocking the Vipers 60-38 at McNeil on January 7th for the 3rd straight win in the series. John and I were just talking about that. Tonight marking our 585th Vipers cast overall on KMAX Sports and Vype dating back to 2009 and the 213th Vipers boys basketball broadcast. By the way, broadcast number 586 will be in this gymnasium tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. National Signing Day, and all the young men and women and men that'll continuing their careers on to college will be signing their letters of intent with their parents on hand. You can go to VIPELive.com, click the talk show events tab, and check that out at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I think Coach Sanders, John, asked me to come out and do that because he knows I'm not a morning person.
Well, it's nice that you guys are covering it. It's an exciting day for for these athletes to kind of get a chance to strut themselves after, hard work for years and hard work for the parents and shuttling back and forth to practices when they're little tykes. And it's just nice to see they get a chance to get a payoff and that you'll be there to cover it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that the floor down there will be covered with tables from all the way across. A lot of student athletes we anticipate tomorrow morning. Right now we're going to turn it over to the PA for the national anthem and tonight's starting lineups. Well, while we're waiting, we got our first email tonight on voiceofthevipers@gmail.com from who else? Connie Murphy saying, "Go Vipers, put it all together." Outside of my mom listening up in Illinois where it's about to get really nasty weather, Connie Murphy might be our most loyal fan. She tunes in just about every week, every game.
Absolutely.
All right, so we had trumpets last week. We've upscaled a little bit tonight. This should be really interesting.
Now, please rise. Students, we will ask you tonight's national anthem, performed by 4 Points Middle School Low Brass Ensemble. Trey Berner, Christopher Rinkovich, Trevor Fox, Jackson Taylor, Quinn Steen, Aiden Todd, Jude Brown, Andrew Perry, Steve Hassan, and Garrett Pardo.
4 Points Middle School Lower Brass Ensemble. Very nicely done.
Your VANDEGRIFT VIPERS. At guard, 6 foot senior, number 1, Bryce Friday. At guard, 6'1" senior, number 2, Charlie Hatch. At forward, 6'6" senior, number 5, Luke Murphy. At forward, 6'5" senior, number 11, Josh Witt. At guard, 6'1", number 21, Anderson.
All right, so there you have the starting lineups again for the McNeil Mavericks. It is Logan Smith, Jared Robbins, Malik Morris, Makai Morris, and Hogan Caver, the starting 5 for the Mavericks. For the VANDEGRIFT VIPERS, the regular starting 5, Bryce Friday, Charlie Hatch, Luke Murphy, Josh Wint, and Mason Anderson. Vipers, the home team in the home white jerseys and shorts with the black numerals and trim. Vipers in scripted lettering across the front. And McNeil in the sort of forest green jerseys and shorts. White numerals, white and black trim. McNeil will be going from left to right. Vipers from right to left. And game number 10 in district play is underway. The Vipers control the tip. Here we go. Bryce Friday with it over on the far side. Out on top to Anderson. Back over to Friday. To Hatch. Swings it near side to Anderson. In the corner to Wint. Back to Anderson. Mavericks come out in the zone defense. There's Wint for 3 from the far side, and the Vipers draw first blood.
Nice to see Josh get off with the made 3. It's so important that him and Bryce have a good game tonight, I think.
I believe he had 17 points in the game at Vista Ridge last Friday night. Here come the Mavericks, their first offensive possession of the night. And this is Logan Smith with it. Picked up by Friday. Friday gets through the screen. Man-to-man defense. A runner from the right side. Up and in from Smith. (3-2) VANDEGRIFT on top. Friday with it out to Hatch between the circles. Kicks it over to the far side to Anderson. Back over to Hatch. Perimeter passing again. This time Wint will drive the baseline, puts up the runner, up and off the iron, and it falls out, no good. But the rebound, Hatch puts it up. Too strong. Rebound pulled down by the Mavericks.
Should have come down with that.
Out the top of the key, kick over in the right corner. This is Caver with it. Now in the paint, the ball poked away and stolen by Friday. 2-on-1 break, Hatch on the left side. Back to Friday on the right side, put it up and in. Good ball movement.
Yeah, well done. Well done on the break.
Vipers up the lead, 5-2. Just underway first quarter, 6:10 to go. Over on the far side. Now in the paint, head fake, fadeaway jumper off the iron. Too strong, the rebound pulled down by Murphy.
Good defense on that by Mason.
Friday across the timeline. Kicks it over to Wint. Back over to Friday, over to Anderson. Alley-oop to Wint, and the ball tipped away, but tipped over to Hatch. Vipers maintain possession. Back out for 3 off the iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by Caver. Pushing it up to Morris. Malik Morris in the paint, and we're going to get a foul called here on Mason Anderson. Going to call it on the floor, not a shooting foul, so McNeil will get it on the baseline. Pass in the far corner, Caver with it. Picked up by Hatch. Out to Malik Morris. Malik Morris, a junior. Makai Morris, a senior. So not twin brothers. Dribble drive, right side cut off, and we're going to foul called here on the Vipers. If that's Anderson, that's 2 on Mason. That's big.
Got to be careful. I mean, he defended it very well right up to that point. No need to reach.
So Mason Anderson in quick foul trouble. Mark Fletcher will have to come in, the sophomore. The inbound pass in the right post. Now back over on the right side for 3. Misses everything. The rebound pulled down by Wint. Gets it up to Hatch. Hatch pushed it up on the near side. Friday between the circles. Over on the far side now. Out to Fletcher. Thought about 3. Pulls it down. Kicks it over in the corner to Hatch. He'll drive on the baseline to the left post. Cut off. Back out to Friday. Friday on the attack. Underhand scoop shot off the glass and in.
Nice move by Bryce. It's off to a good start.
7-2 inside of 5 minutes ago opening frame. Morris with it, picked up by Hatch. Off the screen to his left. Caver for 3 from the top of the key off the iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by Wint. They're not shooting anything like what they shot at McNeil. Went on the attack, and a foul called here on Caver, I believe.
Sort of a strange position of being fouled.
They call it on Malik Morris. That's his first, team first on the Mavericks. And checking into the game is Jay Gonzalez, junior guard for the Mavericks. Far side to Fletcher. Fletcher kicks it back out to Hatch. In the corner to Friday. Back over to Hatch. Back to Friday. On our top. Now Fletcher's got an open 3, and off the iron, no good, too strong. Hatch hustles for the rebound, saves the possession, back to Friday. Friday pulls up, jump shot, left side, short, rebound. Mavericks, they're going to get Luke Murphy with a foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack call there, I thought.
It was.
They got to be careful. None of these fouls are really putting them in a position that's helping them. I mean, none of them have really been to prevent a...
There were a lot of fouls called in the JV game. That game took a long time. Same officiating crew. Inside of 4 minutes to go. Morris in trouble. Free throw line, kicks it over on the right wing. Backing it back out is Smith. 3:48 to go, opening quarter. Vipers up 7-2. Smith on the left side, kicks it over on the far side to Caver. Put the shot blocked by Wint, but off the hand of Friday. Couldn't control it. It'll stay with the Mavericks.
Good defense.
Yep.
Couldn't get a hold of that ball.
Sean Lynn going to check in, a 5'6" senior guard.
Looks like Jackson Oliver is going to go into the game for us.
Oliver will come in for Murphy. And Bob pass all the way out beyond the half-court stripe. And now up to Morris. The Mavericks will reset the offense with 3.5 to go in the opening quarter. A foul called away from the basketball. We're going to call it here on the Mavericks, I believe. I think they called it on Lynn.
Yeah, I think they got a moving pick on him. The play prior to that, I saw number 12 was like blocking Mark Fletcher across the floor. I'm sure that's not right.
So Friday walking it up. Gets it over to Hatch. Over on the right side now to Wint. He'll turn around, jump shot off the iron, no good. Oliver crashing the board behind the back over to Hatch. Out on top to Wint. Saves the possession again. Wint goes up and contact. They're going to call blocking foul. That could have gone either way.
Yeah, I think that could have even gone no call. We got a little lucky there. A lot of times when you're driving into a crowd like that, they won't give it to you.
Right. Foul called on Hogan Caver, his first, team third on the Mavericks, and that'll send Josh Wint to the free throw line.
I know that from the 1,000 times I saw Greg Brown drive through 3 guys and never get a call.
Right. Wint hits the free throw. Nico Otero checks into the ball game. He started last time these two teams played. Was on the only Viper in double figures with 12 points. Nice to have him coming off the bench tonight.
Yeah.
And Wint hits them both. 9-2 VANDEGRIFT. 3 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Morris picked up by Otero. Out on top to his brother, kicks it over on the far side. Now in the corner, shot put up for three. That's going to be too long. The rebound tipped and controlled by Morris. In the paint, triple team, ball stripped away. And they're going to get Otero, I think, with a foul. Logan Smith checking back in. McNeil dressing just 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 players. And that ball almost intercepted by Oliver. Mavericks get it back, and the shot put up and in by Mekhi Morris. That ends a big Viper run. Over on the far side, Otero. Back to Friday. Oliver with it. Back out to Otero. Vipers being very patient tonight. Pushes it down on the left post to Wint. Back to Friday. Out to Otero. 2 minutes to go open the quarter. Otero will tee up a three from way downtown. Almost missed everything. Double drive right side. Kick it back out. This is Smith with it. Friday picks him up. Over on the far side to Robbins. Morris, dribble drive left side. And a foul going to be called here again on Otero, I think.
I think they called it on Jackson
Oliver, yeah.
Felt like he was in position on that.
This one is a shooting foul, so at the free throw line to shoot two will be Mekhi Morris. Free throw, no good. Start of the third quarter, Cedar Park girls on top of Eastview 48-16. They top-ranked Lady Timberwolves keep on rolling. Anderson underway tonight. That one's short, and the rebound pulled down by Mark Fletcher. Vipers up by 5. Otero with it. In the corner to Fletcher. On the left side to Wint, double team. Back to Otero. Lost the handle, gets it back. Ooh, that was telegraph pass stolen by the Mavericks. And the layup up and in.
Yeah, it just becomes too predictable at some point.
A 6-0 run here for the Mavericks. Over on the far side, Otero. 9-6 now your score. Far corner to Fletcher. Down low to Josh Wint. Has the ball stripped away by the Mavericks. Morris. Bounce pass down low. The shot put up and in by Logan Smith. Vipers have let McNeil right back in the basketball game. Friday over to Otero. Wint for three to try to stop the bleeding. Off the iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by the Mavericks. They've got a chance to take the lead before the end of the quarter. Morris with it, left side. Kind of spins out. Good give and go to his brother. Shot put up and in. They're going to call it an offensive foul. Nice job, Bryce Friday taking the charge.
We needed that stop. That was we're in danger of blowing a 9-2 lead in a matter of a minute and a half there. Just unforced turnovers.
Just a little too casual. Almost like it was too easy early. Now we're back in the basketball game. Mason Anderson is checked back in, along with Luke Murphy for this final 30 seconds of the quarter. 10 seconds left now. Over to Friday. To Murphy out on top. Back over to Friday. Friday splits the defense, puts up the floater off the iron, no good. The rebound controlled by the Mavericks. They're not going to get a shot off, and that's how the first quarter is going to come to an end. Vipers stake themselves out to a 9-2 lead, but as John mentioned, McNeil scoring the last 6 points of the quarter to close it within one at 9-8. We'll take a break. Be back for quarter number 2. You're watching Brandon Vipers basketball on the Vype Live Network.
Become a Vype Insider today. Access breaking news in high school sports. Enjoy premium articles and exclusive coverage written by expert analysts, and watch exclusive videos, documentaries on programs in your area. It's only $2.99 a month if you subscribe for the monthly plan. If you go for the yearly plan, it rounds out to just $1.99 a month. It costs you only $24 a year to get all of your Vype news throughout the entire year. Subscribe today. What are you waiting for? It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Become a Vype Insider. $2.99 a month, $23.99 for the whole year. Hey, it's Vype. We will see you at the games.
Well, good start to that first quarter. Not so good a finish. Vipers up 9-8 as we get ready for quarter number 2. Merle Bertrand here along with John Hatch. Les Clary keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast. And Les, I got to change my quarter. I know I do. I'll get to it. There we go. And it's McNeil basketball as quarter number 2 gets underway. Smith with it, out on top for 3 for the lead. That's off the iron short. The rebound tipped and controlled by Friday. All right, let's see if we can build that lead back up and not let him off the hook this time. Anderson back in the game playing with 2 fouls. Out on top to Hatch.
Looks like they've switched to a 3-2 zone from the 1-3-1.
4-3, Anderson drains it. It's nestled softly into the bottom of the net.
Good start to the quarter, just like the first quarter.
12-8, Vipers nudge the lead back up to 4. Out on top for 3, hit it.
Now, only one reason he's on the floor, and you can't let him have that shot.
Right. Jay Gonzalez with the bucket. Anderson with it between the circles. Over to Hatch. Perimeter passing again. Back out to Anderson. Friday to Hatch. Dribble drive, Hatch on the baseline, out on top to Friday for the open 3, left side, drains it! Good ball movement, once again by Vandegrift.
Yeah, you got to do something to get at least the open look from 3. We were doing a lot of just passing it around the horn.
Yeah.
And never putting pressure on that defense to collapse, but we did a nice job there making it collapse a little bit.
A couple of Mavericks run into each other, but they maintain possession. Morris will pull up a jump shot from the left side off the iron, no good. The rebound tipped, and Friday hustles over to pull down the rebound. Price Friday across the half-court stripe. Dish over the right side to Hatch. Back out to Friday, but the ball poked away, stolen by the Mavericks. Oh, I think he may have stepped on the sideline.
Oh, we caught a break.
Ooh, we caught a huge break. Here, Murpure checking in, number 30 for the Mavericks. His first appearance of the night, I believe. Starting unit still on the court for Vandegrift, up by 4 with 6 minutes to go in the first half. And Hatch has that ball poked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vipers.
I think that's a set play, trying to kind of run that baseline and throw that pass to the open corner.
Went to Friday to Anderson. Alley-oop to Wint. They tried it before. This time it works. And Josh Wint with the slam dunk.
Everything went right on that one.
Mavericks trying to answer back. 17-11, Vandegrift on top. Morris with it. Anderson works on him. Got to be careful with the 2 fouls. A floater up and in.
The 21, Morris, he's just a smooth player.
Uh-huh. There's a 3 attempt for Anderson off the iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by the Mavericks. Wint almost poked it away. The floater put it up. That's going to be short, tipped, and loose ball. Still fought for. Wint is going to, nope, it's Anderson coming down with it for the Vipers.
That's a foul.
Wow, that should have been, but not called. Gets it over to Hatch for the open 3. Drains it! Matches the biggest lead of the night now for VandeGrift. Well, 7 points.
Oh, way to close out. Way to close out.
Driving the right side. Anderson cuts him off on the baseline. Nice job. In the paint, the ball poked away, but the Mavericks get it back. Back out to Makai Morris. And they'll reset it out to Logan Smith. Over on the left side, spin move, cut off by Friday. Morris in the paint, shot altered by Murphy, but they're going to get him with a foul. I didn't think he got much contact.
Yeah, this guy's calling a lot down low.
Yeah.
I felt like that was really good defense by Luke Murphy. If I recall, this guy bricked his first 2 foul shots, so maybe we'll get lucky here again.
First free throw up and good.
I hexed this.
For Makai Morris.
Jackson Oliver checking in for Luke Murphy.
4:23 to go. The lead is 6. Stays at 6 as he misses the free throw. Friday across the timeline. Gets it out to Anderson. To Hatch on the far side. Halfway through this second quarter. Friday going to drive on the left side. Cut off. Back out to Wynn. He thought about 3, pulls it down. Mavericks being a little more aggressive on the defense. Wynn with the floater off the iron. No good. The rebound pulled down by the Mavericks. Almost stolen by Friday, but McNeil stays in possession of the basketball. Here's Morris. Cut off by Anderson. To his left. Gets it over on the right side to Mapuri. Now Morris spinning against
Nice
Oliver.
Defense by Jackson Oliver.
Not to pick up the foul. Nice job. Anderson on the far side to Friday. Anderson between the circles, over to Hatch, left wing. There's going to be a foul called on Morris as Friday started to attack. And Malik Morris will pick up his second foul of the ball game. Friday across the timeline, 3 minutes to go. Anderson back to Friday. He'll tee up a 3 left side. Off the iron, no good, and the rebound is out of bounds. It'll go over to McNeil. Three minutes to go, opening half. Vipers nursing a 6-point lead. Over on the far side, this is Gonzalez with it. And the ball stripped away by Anderson. He's got Wint on his left side. Bounce pass to Wint behind him. And McNeil comes up with it. Here come the Mavericks trying to answer back. The shot put up and in. 4-point swing there. Makai Morris with the bucket.
Yeah, that was an opportunity lost there. 2-on-1 fast break and can't convert.
Anderson over to Friday. Back over to Hatch. Anderson will tee up a 3 from the right side. Drain it! He's had the answers. Back up to a 7-point edge, 23-16, coming up at the 2-minute mark. Dribble drive, cut off by Anderson. Back on top to Morris. Spins, and they're going to get Oliver with the foul. Yeah, he took about 2 or 3 steps before the foul called. But they're going to get Oliver with the second foul.
And they're in the bonus now, too.
62-21 St. Michael's girls over TMI Episcopal. Pflugerville trailing Henderson girls 24-27 at the half. As Makai Morris hits the first free throw. Second one rattles out. The lead stays at 6. Mark Fletcher's checked into the game, along with Nico Otero. Vipers up by 6 with the basketball, looking for the biggest lead of the night. Carson Towers is also checked in, number 10. Towers has it now. Bounce pass to Otero in the corner for 3. Off the iron, too strong. The rebound poked out of bounds. And it'll stay with Vandegrift. Nice job there coming in backside. Mason Anderson.
I'd like to see him work a little bit of clock here with just a minute and a half to go. I know that's not in our DNA, but and we shoot within 5 seconds. But I'll take it.
Mason Anderson, his third three-pointer of the quarter. His ninth point of the night. The Vipers lead it by 9, their biggest lead of the night.
Yeah, Mason is hot from 3, and actually the team is shooting well from 3.
And he's done a good job not picking up that third foul here as the, first quarter wound down and the second quarter winding down. So 26-17 to score.
Want to note, I noticed that junior Adam Overhauser is actually in uniform tonight for the first time this season. He was probably going to be a key piece this year, but had an injury that kind of put him out for most of the season. I'm guessing they're babying him back.
That's a good catch. I did not notice that, number 23 for the Vipers.
Yeah, really nice to see him back. He's going to be a key piece for next year for sure.
Yeah, 6'3" junior. He helped me out my very first game hauling the table up here. He must have thought I looked old or so. He was really desperate to do something. Shot off the iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by Friday. Friday just over the left side to Otero in the corner. Lost the handle, gets it back, shuttles back out to Anderson.
Boy, that was the shot for Nico. Here we go. This has got to
go. Up at 3 and off the iron too long. Nice job. Jackson Oliver stripped the rebound away and put it back.
Well, Nico's uncharacteristically missing these, but we're getting shots off of it. So keep shooting them, Nico.
There's a shot for 3 for the Mavericks, and draining it was Jay Gonzalez, his second 3 of the ball game. They're hanging around. They're within 8, 28-20. Back out to Anderson. 40 seconds to go. Towers over to Friday.
Yeah, see, here's a situation where I would just work the clock. You got an 8-point lead. You might as well go in. Worst case scenarios, you got an 8-point lead at half.
Right. Over to Anderson for 3. Off the iron, too strong. Rebound tipped. Loose ball, and the ball still loose. Coming up, and there was Oliver. Gets it over to Friday. 18 seconds to go. He'll put up the floater from the paint. No good. Friday battling for his rebound. Mavericks come down with it.
We get it back, and then within 2 seconds, we're shooting again.
Dribble drive left side. They're going to get Jackson Oliver with the foul, and that'll be 3 on him.
It's just...
Yeah.
It just never ceases to amaze me that we refuse to deprive the other team of a possession late in the quarter.
Luke Murphy going to check in along with Tyler Winans.
I mean, you got lucky, you got the rebound back with 18 seconds to go.
Yeah, why not kick it back out and reset?
Reset and take your time.
Logan Smith at the line. First one is up and no good. Rebound pulled down by Otero. 5 seconds to go. Towers, 2 seconds across the half-court stripe. He'll launch it from the top of the key. Oh, off the back of the iron. No good. Well, an intriguing half of basketball. The Vipers seem to have the Mavericks' number this time, but they just can't quite put them away. They're just kind of letting them hang around, John.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to be sitting with an 8-point lead, but I feel like it could be more for as well as we're shooting. And we're defending well. We had a couple turnovers in that run that they had at the end of the first quarter. If we can just kind of take care of the ball and continue to make good shots, I think we're going to be in good shape in the second half.
So 28-20 your score at the end of the first 60 minutes. We'll take an extended break, get the scoring numbers put together, and be right back. You're watching Vandegrift Vipers basketball on the Vype Live Network.
It's never too soon to start teaching good savings and spending habits. Encourage early savings with a high-interest youth savings account from Southstar Bank and teach responsible spending in a safe environment with Southstar Bank's youth checking account. Southstar Bank youth accounts offer no minimum balance fee and no monthly service charge. Set your child on the path to financial stability. Open a Southstar Bank youth account today. Learn more about southstarbank.com/youth. Member FDIC.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our ways, chicken eat, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of size to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to chicken eat, gotta have their sweet tea.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
I'll tell you what, John, there's nothing that this high school does that isn't first class or impressive. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they always do a really nice job, and it's just impressive, the teamwork that they have, and I know some friends who have daughters in that program, and they say it's so professionally run.
Yeah.
That the coach really has all those girls just really in line and motivated to do well at what they do. I'll tell you, with my new hip, I'm thinking I might pick up some of those moves.
I saw you kind of tapping your foot over there. You getting ready to go down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back in the action. I'm still in recovery mode, but once the doctor clears me, I got the tape of this performance.
I would set up a broadcast just for that alone.
Yeah, it would end with a 911 call and an ambulance coming to grab me.
That's funny. Well, the Vipers were almost as impressive in the first half as what you just saw on the court, up 28-20. And we'll give you the scoring numbers here. First for the McNeil Mavericks, two guys with 6 points apiece, Jay Gonzalez off the bench and Makai Morris, 4 points apiece for Logan Smith and Malik Morris to get them up to 20 points. For the VandeGrift Vipers, leading all scorers tonight was Mason Anderson with 9 points in the first half, 3 3-pointers all in the second quarter, 7 points for Bryce Friday and Josh Wint, 3 points for Charlie Hatch, and then 2 points for Jackson Oliver. The Vipers have staked themselves to a 28-20 lead. And in case you missed it in the opening, this is where things stand coming in tonight. The Vipers all alone in 5th place, 2 games out of the final playoff spot with 5 games set to go coming in tonight. Get this win tonight. Hope that maybe Vista Ridge can knock off Cedar Ridge and pull you within 1 game. And then the Vipers get Cedar Ridge at home here on Friday night. But there's only so much you can control right now. You just got to get this one first and let the chips fall where they may. And
yeah, just a couple observations, just comparing it to the first time we played them. I think we outshot them from 3 with 6 makes to 2
right
in that first half, which was, the complete opposite, I think, when we played at their place. So it seems like we've got more energy on defense, and we're closing out on three-point shots, and these guys are really missing what are, really tough contested three-pointers. If we can keep doing that and keep hitting our threes, I think this is going to be a game that's highly winnable, obviously.
Right.
So hopefully, they just don't get their opportunities from 3. We keep making that difficult for them in the second half.
Yeah. I really do think if you're a team that relies on outside shooting, that difference between your home gym that you work at every day and practice at and that kind of thing and going on the road, I know the dimensions are the same, but it's just different. The sight lines are different. The rims have got a little different feel. The suspension as it hangs from the rafters, all that stuff is different. It makes a difference.
I think sometimes even just the bus ride with kids at this age.
You're right.
Screwy little things that are just a little different and sap your energy in weird ways. And I remember when Charlie was in 7th and 8th grade, they had a really good team. Mason Anderson was on that team, and I think they lost 1 or 2 games on the road and just played with no energy. And the sort of the parental theory was our coach, who would be the bus driver, had to choose between sedating our kids to keep the bus ride calm or having them go on the road and win, and he chose for the sedation.
Do you remember the game, or did you have boys in the program then? This is in the early years. The Vipers played, I think it was Dripping Springs, and there was some sort of damage here in the Viper Pit, and they wound up playing at a middle school, and the dimensions weren't quite the same, and we were losing 26-0 at the end of the first quarter. First time I've ever seen that. That may have been the first year without seniors. I don't know, but
that's before my time for sure. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So all our shots were off because the hoop wasn't quite right.
That may have been their excuse, and they were sticking with it. I don't know.
Or maybe Dripping's hoop was at 9 feet, and they were just slamming and jamming through the half.
Yeah, that was something. Yeah, 28-20. Vandegrift still in the locker room, and McNeil is out. Getting ready to start the second half. Again, we'll be back with you here at home on Friday night as the Vipers get ready to take on the Cedar Ridge Raiders in what could be a very critical game. If you're tuning in tonight's game, by the way, you're a part of history. We've got 25 broadcasts on the Vype Live network tonight between basketball and soccer in here, Houston, and Dallas. That's our biggest ever Friday night lineup, Tuesday night winter lineup, even going back to the KMAX Sports days. So very impressive to be a part of that. But this is the only game that matters right now.
We don't have a team on the floor yet with 38 seconds left in the half.
They got to hustle up. They're going to get themselves a technical. So got 29 seconds to get out in the court.
This is a bit of a head scratcher. I mean, what?
I see the door opening up. And here comes Coach Ellis with 10 seconds to spare, making a fashionably late entrance.
Boy, nothing like keeping the home crowd on edge.
Well, you're playing at your home court. You can't say you got lost coming back from the locker room, so. All right.
Looks like McNeil is switching to a man-to-man defense.
Second half underway. Viper basketball teams have switched sides, obviously. So Vandegrift now going from left to right, up 28-20. Pass over on the far side, went down low to Murphy. Starting 5 back in, went for 3 from the far side, drains it. Good start.
Each of the 3 quarters has started with a made 3, so.
Biggest lead of the night, 31-20. Mavericks trying to answer, and answering right back is Jay Gonzalez.
It's the second time my son has given him space. He's hit 3. He's not going to dribble by anybody.
Right.
Don't let him breathe.
31-23, lead back down to 8. Friday with it. Anderson back over to Friday. He'll tee up a 3 from the left side and drain it.
Got it back.
34-23. Friday, Anderson, Wint, Murphy, and Hatch on the court right now for the Vipers. Shot off the iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by Friday. Starting 5 on the court for Vandegrift, presumably for the Mavericks as well. Friday with it. Pulls up, jump shot from the free throw line, a little short. Rebound controlled by the Mavericks. Malika Mackay Morris. That ball rolled over to Gonzalez. He'll tee up a 3 from the far corner off the iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by Murphy.
Team. Everybody settle down.
Up to Friday, over to Anderson. Friday, back over to Anderson. We'll tee up a 3 from the top of the key and rattle around and in.
Got the shooter's roll on that. I love how we're coming out here. Took an 8-point lead, got it up to 14 within 3 possessions.
That one didn't do a 3.60 before falling. It did about a 6.20 before dropping in.
I feel like what we're doing to them is what they did to us.
Yep. Ooh. Answering right back, however, is Jared Robbins for the 3. We've got a shootout right here. Everybody lining it up from downtown. Was that Gonzalez again? Or was that 14-12 hit that one?
That was the big sophomore.
That's what I thought,
14.
Yeah, that's what I had. So 37-26 your score. Vipers, or 37-29, pardon me. They just trimmed to 8 with 6:05 to go. Take a moment here to thank our network sponsors at Vype Live. That would be Academy Sports and Outdoors. If I was a true professional, I would have had the commercial ready to go before I...
So wait, what? I thought
it was...
Yeah, that's not right.
It should be 37-26.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be 37-26.
Yeah, I thought I was right. John's going to go set him straight down there. While he does that, I want to thank Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get ready to go back to school and back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Shop in-store or online at academy.com. And you can find all the hottest sports gear and casual styles from Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, and more. That's Academy Sports and Outdoors. So here we go, Viper basketball. We think it's 37-26. They're going to double check it down there. We'll see if they correct it. 5:57 to go. Friday with the runner right side. Hard foul. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Foul called on Mackay Morris. That's 2 on him. Friday at the free throw line to shoot 2, and the first one is in. What was the verdict?
Well, I talked to Coach Mauser, and he said, look, I'm just listening to the referee. So the referee's an official scorer, and I didn't really have time to say anything to her, and I really don't have the business to say it to her, but it's a blatant, miscalculation.
Yeah, hopefully it won't come down to a 3-point game. On the left side, Morris with it out on top to his brother. Over to Gonzalez. On the baseline, the spin around shot rolled out as Murphy blocked it, but the follow up and in from Hogan Caver. Yeah, they've got 8 points in the quarter. It should be 38-28.
It's just totally a wrong score. I've never seen that.
Over on the far side to Friday. Friday puts off the runner off the glass, no good. The rebound pulled down by Morris. Over on the far side, Gonzalez for 3. That's going to be short. The rebound pulled down by Wint. Wint up the hatch with under 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Friday back in and back out. Murphy, bounce pass over on the right side to Anderson. Anderson to Wint. Wint puts up the runner in the paint, up and in.
Nice finish by Josh.
McNeil trying to answer back. More shot blocked by Anderson. The follow no good. The rebound fought for, and the Mavericks come up with it.
Oh.
And they're going to get Josh Wint with a ticky-tack foul over on the far sideline. First foul on Wint, first foul on the Vipers in the second half. So the score is either 40-28 or 40-31. I'm almost positive it's 28. But we'll see if they can get that corrected. Intercept. Oh, poked away by Hatch. And rolls out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mavericks. So McNeil will bring it up the full length of the court now after the near interception. 4:16 to go. Morris across the timeline. Hatch picks him up over on the right side. This is Logan Smith with it. Anderson picks him up. Near side, Malik Morris. He'll tee up a three from the left side and drain it.
That's a guy you do have to give a little space to because he can move, but
Friday over to Went far side. I'm going to change it to match what they have on the scoreboard, but that's not right. Alley-oop to Went, and that ball is almost thrown away, but Anderson goes for the save, can't track it down, and it's a turnover to go back to the Mavericks. Morris across the timeline. Bounce pass down low in the left post to his brother. Shot put up, no good, but a foul going to be called here probably on Luke Murphy. It is called on Luke, and that's going to be 3 on him. I wonder if maybe we can get him to add it up at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting they do. I mean, it's just got to be, it's got to be looked at. I mean, it's just not accurate. Unless there's something you and I are missing, but
yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know what you do if you end up losing by 2. Do you protest that game?
I know.
And there's plenty of video out there on what's going on.
Morris hits one of them, so on the scoreboard it's just a 5-point lead. We think it's an 8-point lead. Friday to the near side to Otero, who's checked in. Jackson Oliver's also in the ball game with 3:05 to go. Friday dribble drive and a foul called on Malik Morris. That's 3 on him. Coming in for the Mavericks, number 14, Jared Robbins, sophomore. Friday inbounds it to Went, out on top to Anderson. Over to Friday. Friday on the attack now, right side. Over to Anderson, kicks it over to Went far side. Far corner, Otero for 3. Try this side. This time he drains it.
Nice shot by Nico. He's definitely due this game.
Mavericks bringing it across the timeline. Morris with it. Cut off. Now out on top for 3 from the left side. Rattles out. No good. The rebound pulled down by Oliver. Chance to get some separation. Anderson still with it. Backing it back out top of the key. Shaking off the defense. Out to Otero for another 3 right side. Drains it. Another one. Lids off this basket for him.
Nice job by Mason Anderson putting pressure on the D and getting that open look for Nico.
46-35 according to the scoreboard. Over on the far side. They get it out to Logan Smith. Back out on top. Dribble drive. The runner put up and in. The high floater from Amari Carter making his first appearance of the night. Back over to Friday. Friday out to Otero. Went for 3, right side. Off the iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by the Mavericks. Nice board by Jared Robbins. Robbins on the attack, cut off. Bounce pass over on the left side. Jump shot up, off the glass, no good. The rebound, no good, but a foul from behind. Going to be called on Carter. Third foul on the Mavericks. As Jay Gonzalez getting set to check into the game here with 1:10 to go in the third quarter.
Looks like they're setting up to do some sort of half-court press.
Friday back to Anderson. Vipers break it to Otero.
No, don't
Oh,
wait.
he had Oliver all alone.
Yeah, and you just can't wait for that double to come to you.
Went back to Oliver. He'll pull up a jump shot from the left side off the glass. No good. The rebound pulled down by Morris. Here come the Mavericks. Under a minute to go. Morris will pull up jump shot left side. Short. Rebound ripped down by Oliver. Oliver over the wing on the left wing. Cross court to Friday. Friday shakes off the defense. Head fake. And we're going to call a jump ball. Nice job there coming in was Jared Robbins. And possession arrow points to McNeil.
Didn't have it there. Should have just kicked that out. Again, another instance where we have 30 seconds left on the clock, and there's just no hurry.
Yeah. Tyler Winans, Reese Beecham, and Mark Fletcher coming in for this final 33.8 seconds. Give a extra minute or so rest to some of the Viper starters. Pass in the far corner, Gonzalez with it. Working on Otero, shot off the glass and got it to fall. 18 seconds to go. Otero rolls it down low now, down into Winans. Turnaround jumper up and in. Nice job by Tyler Winans.
All right, now we need to get the stop.
Morris with it. Left side, pulls up jump shot and in. Wow.
Boy. Nothing you can do about that. That was a great play.
Yeah.
Reese Beecham played good defense on that.
Well, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. The score is either 48-41 if you believe the scoreboard, or 48-38. In any event, the Vipers do have the lead here. We'll take a quick break and be back for the fourth and final quarter. You're watching Vandergrift Vipers basketball on Vype Live.
Texas Malibu is your exclusive dealer for the world's #1 water sports towboats, Malibu. Now with locations in Austin and Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, we cover all of Central Texas. Come see the enthusiasts at Texas Malibu in Austin or Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, or give them a call, 512-244-9777, or visit them online, texasmalibu.com. That's 512-244-9777. Then get on the water with your crew and make memories that'll last a lifetime. When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandergrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
We don't think it's right, but better to be overly cautious, I guess, as the fourth quarter gets underway. Winans with it. He's joined by Mark Fletcher, Reese Beecham, Nico Otero, and Jackson Oliver. No starter on the court right now for the Vipers, and
that's a foul.
Oh, is that not a foul? Beecham get to attack. Good pass down low to Winans. The ball poked away, and it'll stay with Vandegrift. Fletcher lobs the pass out to Otero, who tracks it down over the shoulder, over to Beecham, over on the far side to Winans. Bounce pass left side to Fletcher. Out on top to Otero. Ooh, Otero got an extra step there, I think, and drew a foul.
Yeah, I'll take it, but yeah, I didn't quite understand the math on that, but.
Foul called on Makai Morris. That's 3 on him.
I haven't seen Nico go to the free throw line much this year.
Got it to fall.
But as I would expect, he nails the first.
Here comes Wint, Friday, Murphy and Anderson, along with Hatch after this free throw. So the starters will check back into the ball game. And Otero hits them both.
I was always wondering if a guy sabotages a free throw when he knows there's someone waiting for him to come in, but Nico did the right thing there.
50-41. And that ball intercepted by Anderson. Vipers with a 4-on-3 break over on the right side. Friday will tee up at 3. Drains it!
Boy, I like that. Came out, surprised them with a press.
Yep.
And get an instant 3 off of it.
53-41 the score. With 7:08 to go, the Vipers with the biggest lead of the night. We think it's even bigger, but I guess we're just kind of beating a dead horse at this point.
Yeah, I'd feel a lot more comfortable, though, if it were 56.
I would, too.
Or
yeah.
53-38 rather than 41. Yeah, I can't imagine we missed something on that. I don't really.
Well, I adjusted it on the school board, and then I realized that it was different. I looked, and I changed it back, but my numbers here match up with what I put on my school board.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, oh, we came out here really strong, going up by 14.
Yeah.
Which, and then they hit another 3, and it's like, okay, the lead should be 11.
Right.
And you look up, and the lead is 8. It's like, no, that's not right.
Not right. Usually you see that everybody get together and huddle and figure it out, but so far no signs of that.
Well, yeah, I just don't understand how that mistake gets made.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you make that mistake?
Houston Christian up over John Cooper, 67-26. That's the final. Anderson here in Austin over Northeast, 21-9. The Trojans with a win tonight will punch their ticket to the postseason again. Here we go, 7:04 to go. Morris out to Gonzalez. Hands it off to Logan Smith. He thought about a 3 from between the circles. Over to Morris. To his brother. Cut off, triple teamed in the paint. Good pass on low, the reverse layup up and in. Nice job, Makai Morris. Think they've done that in the backyard a couple of times?
Yeah. Call timeout, call timeout.
Friday to Hatch. Pushes the pass up to Anderson. They do break the press. Anderson will take it to the hoop. Push from behind and he gets the foul.
All right. We'll take it.
15 foul on the Mavericks and the 4th foul on Makai Morris. That's a big foul.
Yeah, if we can take it to him and make him make a play.
Mason Anderson's first free throw of the night.
Looks like they're subbing in for him.
Yeah, Amari Cooper going to check in for him. Anderson hits them both. That's one thing overall this team has done better than some of the past Viper teams. Is they're a better free throw shooting team. There's a long shot for 3 off the glass. No good. The rebound pulled down by Hatch. Hatch over on the far side to win. Just be patient here. You got a lead. Good pass down low to Murphy, up and in from Anderson.
Yeah. Really clicking right now. Really clicking on defense and on offense. Just got to keep this intensity.
57-43. Inside of 6 minutes to go. Over on the far side. Double teamed and a foul call. Pick your poison. Who are we going to get here? I think they're going to call that on Charlie Hatch's first. Team third. And at the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Jay Gonzalez. Missed the second one. The rebound pulled down by Went. Lead stays at 13. Anderson to Friday.
They better move it up.
And they're going to call 10 seconds. That seemed awful quick, but ball will go back to the Mavericks. Brentwood Christian over Regents 91-71 tonight, boys basketball. Defensive struggle there. All right, 13-point lead, 5.5 to go, Maverick basketball. Morris with it. Anderson picks him up, and he knocked the shot down anyway.
That's a foul, yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Foul call on Jared Robbins, his first. One more foul will put the Vipers in the 1-1 with 5:21 to go here in this fourth quarter. Hatch into Friday.
Make them come out and get you.
Yeah. Clock is your friend. Off the screen from Murphy. Passing the far corner for 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound batted by Witt. Battle for the rebound, got it. Turnaround hook shot, no good, but the rebound pulled down by Gonzalez for the Mavericks. Pushes it in the corner. And the little floater off the glass, no good. The rebound pulled down by Bryce Friday.
Nice defense by Luke on that one. Okay, guys, let's take our time.
Yeah.
We're not turning the ball over, so there's no real reason to rush shots.
Went out on top to Hatch. Far side to Murphy, back out to Friday, top of the key. Splits the defense, spins in the paint, pulls up, jumps out. That misses everything, and the rebound pulled down by the Mavericks, but a foul called.
Oh. That's an interesting call.
They're going to call it on the Mavericks.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. That's 4 fouls on Malik Moore. So both Morris brothers with 4 fouls apiece.
A little makeup call for that 10-second call.
They call it a shooting foul. It doesn't matter if Bryce Friday hits the first one anyway. Ball intercepted as Gonzalez hit the free throw, went down low. Hit hard from behind by Carter. I think he was just going for the steal and collided.
I don't think that was intentional. It was almost like he lost his footing.
Yeah. Should be back on the air now. We lost the internet connection for a minute.
You almost feel like you deserve 2 shots for that because it clearly wasn't a basketball play. It's just like so, but.
Yeah, the timeout taken. We're back on the air. I think we dropped out for a few seconds there, but we are back. Thank you, Les. Saw it same time I did. Timeout of the court, 3:32 to go. Vipers up 58-49 with free throws coming. Merle Bertrand here along with John Hatch. Les Clary back at the Comfy Cozy Vype Live studios. Give a shout out to my mom tuned in from Illinois where they're about to get a nasty blizzard up there. They're going to get what we're getting tomorrow night on steroids starting tonight.
Yeah, it's always dangerous, a sentence saying Illinois is going to get what we're going to get without adding the steroid qualifier.
Yeah. So hope everybody.
Is she up near Chicago? Or?
About an hour south of Chicago, okay. Yeah. I sometimes get spoiled here in Texas that it is February after all, and
now we're coming up to the anniversary of Snowmageddon.
Snowmageddon, yeah. So everybody in the Austin area, we're not going to get what they're getting in Illinois, but we're not used to it either, so be careful tomorrow and Friday. Stay home if you can. All right, Charlie Hatch at the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1, I believe, with 3:32 to go. Vipers up 58-49. First one's good. Jackson and Oliver getting ready to check back in here for Vandegrift. That one a little short. Rebound pulled down by Gonzalez. Lead stays at 10, Maverick basketball. Gonzalez backing it back out to Robbins. Over on the near side to Smith. Anderson picked up 2 quick fouls, hasn't picked up a foul since. Nice job. And the ball stripped away by Witt. Almost stolen, but he couldn't quite control it before stepping out of bounds.
Nice job almost getting that. Okay, let's make him work for it for sure.
Robbins inbounded, gets it into Morris. Back to Robbins from the corner, drains it. Wow.
Did not make him work for it.
7-point edge. 59-52. This game was not out of reach by any stretch of the imagination. There's Wint with it. Bounce pass down low to Murphy. Going for it. No good. Foul no good. The rebound pulled down by the Mavericks. Boy, 2 point blank misses by Luke Murphy. That didn't happen very often. Now Gonzalez cut off. Back out to Morse. Dish over to the left side. Robbins for 3. Drains another one. They're back in the ball game.
I don't know why we've sagged into this zone.
59-55. Over on the far side. Wint will take it to the hole, up and in. Nice answer and a timeout. Taken by Coach Cliff Ellis with 2:23 to go, 61-55.
Yeah, I think he's got to switch up the defense on that. It's just you can't give these guys open chances in the zone. And then both times I think Josh Wendt got caught helping and then wide open for 14. Yeah. He's too good of a shooter to give these guys those opportunities. The only way they can get back in this game is threes.
Just tuning in, the score says 61-55. We swear it's 61-52. Hopefully it won't become a factor. But the Mavericks making a game of it. And a game that Vandegrift has to win. Worst case scenario, the Vipers win and Cedar Ridge wins as expected. You'd still be 2 games behind with 4 to go. And a chance to pull within 1 on Friday night.
Okay, it looks like we're going back to a man, thankfully.
All right, 2:20 to go. Maverick basketball. Gonzalez, bounce pass on low, and they throw it away, and it'll go back to Vandegrift.
Okay, guys, let's work some clock.
Yes.
We have very few turnovers.
Maverick's going to come out into a full court press. Over to Friday.
Take it. You don't have all day.
Gets it up to Anderson across the timeline. Bounce pass in the corner to Wendt, driving on the baseline, goes up. A lot of contact and a blocking foul called, and that'll send Josh Wendt to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul called on Gonzalez, his first. And Josh Wendt will shoot 2. 2 for 2 from the stripe so far tonight. Up and good. Hit them both.
He's just been so solid from the line all year long.
Morris over on the far side working against Anderson. Fadeaway jumper. Pretty shot. And a timeout called by Coach Daryl Hageman.
I got to say, I think, of all the people we've seen in the district, that guy's the best at doing that.
Yeah.
Shaking and baking and getting that little fadeaway in the lane. He's just really solid. And every time he does it, the defense is as good as you can expect it to be.
13 points on the night from Malik Morris, the 6'2 junior guard. He'll be back next year. Will these teams be in the same district next year? Redistricting coming up on Thursday morning. Usually we broadcast a redistricting show from UIL headquarters, but with COVID we're not going to be able to do that, so we're going to do it remotely, which should be interesting. We'll be on the air sometime, give or take, around 9 o'clock with redistricting. Find out where the Vipers will be playing next year, who the opponents will be. Part science, part alchemy, redistricting every couple of years. Hatch gets it in. Oh, they call 5 seconds. That
guy's a quick counter.
He is. Maybe 5 metric seconds. Ball goes back to the Mavericks with 1:54 to go. Inbound pass. Over on the far side, Robbins with it. He's hurt the Vipers from downtown. He'll try another one. That misses everything, but the rebound pulled down by Merpuri, who's checked in. Bounce pass out on top to Morris. 100 seconds to go. Morris working against Anderson. Spin. Puts up the floater. Up and no good. Rebound. Mavericks get it back. Ball deflected. Loose ball scramble and all sorts of traffic. We're going to get a foul called here on the Vipers.
That's got to be on the ground.
Call it on Charlie Hatch. That's 3 on Charlie. It is a floor foul, just a 15 foul with 1:31 to go. Inbound pass to Merpuri. Out on top, Robbins for 3 off the iron and over the backboard, and the Vipers get the basketball.
Okay, guys, less than 90 seconds. Let's get it in and kill some clock.
Hatch and Anderson. The Hatch spins away from the traffic. Gets it across to Wendt. 1:20 to go.
Control it, control it, control it.
Anderson. Over to Friday. Double team trap. In a bit of trouble. Spins out of it. Gets it over to Hatch. Ball loose on the court. Mavericks come up with it. 1 minute to go. Gonzalez. Reverse layup. No good. Rebound. Loose. And Friday comes down with it for the Vipers. Take care of the basketball. Foul from behind.
Boy, these guys do not make it easy on me.
Good thing you had hip surgery, not open heart surgery.
No, you just can't wait for a double team to come to you.
Right.
In that situation, you got to pass or dribble out of it immediately.
Ball called on Carter. That's his third. 2 free throws here for Bryce Friday, and he misses the first one. Got to get one of these to make it a 3-possession game, as Logan Smith will check in for the Mavericks. 53 seconds to go.
We got some fouls to give, too, so.
Second one does fall. Pushes the lead back up to 7. 64-57. Morris on the dribble drive. Over out to Gonzalez. Thought about 3, pulls it down. Pulls up jump shot from the top of the key. That's short. Rebound. Who else? Jackson Oliver. Over to Anderson. Back to Friday. Long outlet to Charlie. Hatches all alone. Alley-oop to win.
Jeez.
And a turnover will go back to McNeil. As Carson Towers checks in with 33.7 seconds to go. Seven-point edge, 33 seconds to go. And they throw it away, overthrew him. And the Vipers catch a break. Towers into Friday, inside of 30 seconds to go, 7-point lead.
Keep going. He's going to get a 10-second call.
Friday gets it across the wind just in the nick of time. Gives it down to Mason Anderson. Head fake, put it up and in. That might be enough.
Yeah, I think I can relax now.
Long shot for 3 off the bank and in from here,
I don't even think they have to inbound it, really.
No, 5 seconds to go. Towers gets it in. And just kind of throws that one away, and that's going to do it. The Vipers survive in an odd ball game, 66-60 or 66-57. We'll see what this winds up officially being. But the Vipers get the win. And, John, that wasn't as easy as it felt like it should have been.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we haven't had a lot of opportunities this year where we had a lead to close strong with, but we did not close strong with that lead. I mean, but whatever. I mean, a win is a win.
A win's a win,
that's
right.
That beat us by 20 last time we played them, or it must have been, it was like 20 or so. So
yeah.
I felt like the defensive effort was way better this time out, and puts us firmly in 5th place with a shot, and you know, we're coming in with 2 straight wins, which is first time in district this year with Cedar Ridge at home. We've set the table for ourselves to make a run at this anyway, which I'd like to see.
So 66-60 the final score. I enjoyed it, John, and we'll see you back here on Friday night. Be careful this week.
Okay, Merle. Thanks for having me.
Mr. John Hatch, Booster Club president. And he'll go down and talk to Charlie and talk to the Chargers. We'll take a break, get the final scoring numbers put together, and be right back to wrap things up here from the Viper Pit. Vipers get the win 66-60 unofficially. You are watching Brannigan Vipers basketball on the Vype Live Network.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
Family time, anytime, always worth every dime. On our ways, chicken eat, unbelievable sweet tea. Express tenders, they're the best, not to mention all the rest. Chicken E's the place to go for all of us in the know. Plenty of sides to make a meal. Chicken E is for real. Follow me to Chicken E, gotta have their sweet tea.
never too soon to start teaching good savings and spending habits. Encourage early savings with a high-interest youth savings account from Southstar Bank and teach responsible spending in a safe environment with Southstar Bank's Youth Checking Account. Southstar Bank youth accounts offer no minimum balance fee and no monthly service charge. Set your child on the path to financial stability. Open a Southstar Bank youth account today. Learn more about southstarbank.com/youth. Member FDIC.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the VANDEGRIFT community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com. Texas Malibu is your exclusive dealer for the world's #1 water sports towboats, Malibu. Now with locations in Austin and Texas Ski Ranch in New Braunfels, we cover all of Central Texas. Come see the enthusiasts at Texas Malibu.
Get the win. Scoring numbers look like this, and this is why I say it's 57 for McNeil. They were led in scoring tonight by Jay Gonzalez. He had 15 points on the night, 13 points from Malik Morris, 9 points in the ball game from Makai Morris, and then I've got Logan Smith with 4, Jared Robbins with 9. I think I skipped him. Said Makai Morris with 9 points. Mihir Mapuri off the bench with 3 and 2 points apiece for Amari Carter and Hogan Caver. And that adds up to 57 in my book. The scoreboard says 60. I'm sure it was 57. But in any event, the main thing is not as many as the Vipers had, which was 66. The Vipers had 3 guys with 16 points apiece. Talk about balanced scoring. Bryce Friday with 16, Josh Wint with 16, and Mason Anderson all with 16 points tonight for the Vipers. Then you've got Nico Otero off the bench with 8 points, 4 points in the ball game for Charlie Hatch, 2 points apiece for Tyler Winans, Luke Murphy, and Jackson Oliver to close out the scoring for the Vandegrifft Vipers. McNeil now in the season dropping down to 8-21 overall, 2-8 in district play. The Mavericks not going to get any easier for them. They will host the league leading, or it's actually in second place now, Round Rock, on Friday night at McNeil High School. The Vipers pull back to 500 overall at 14-14. More importantly for Vandegrifft, 4-6 in district play. And before we go, we'll call this up one last time so you can kind of see where things stand. The Vipers now 4-6 in district play after the win tonight. Cedar Ridge taking on Vista Ridge over at Cedar Ridge High School. If the Rangers can pull off the upset, the Vipers would just be 1 game behind Cedar Ridge, and the Vipers play Cedar Ridge here on Friday night. If, as expected, Cedar Ridge gets the win, that margin would still say 2 games. The Vipers would have a chance to trim it down to a 1 point deficit on Friday night, with just 3 games remaining to be played. The point is, the Vipers got to win tonight to keep themselves at least remotely in the hunt for a playoff berth. So the Vipers at 14-14, 4-6 in district play. So that's going to do it for us here tonight. And again, the National Signing Day coming up on tomorrow morning at about 8 o'clock, and the UIL realignment show will be doing it remotely. That should be interesting. The miracle of Zoom. Instead of doing it from UIL headquarters, we'll have that sometime between 8:45 and 9:30, also on Vype Live on Thursday morning. Find out who the Vipers district opponents will be for the next 2 years. That'll be coming up on Thursday, and then right back here Friday night as the Vipers host the Cedar Ridge Rangers. So that's going to do it for us tonight. And again, thanks to John Hatch and the Vandegrifts Boys Basketball Booster Club and all of our sponsors. You see them there across the top of your screen. Avalar Texas Real Estate. Actually, you will when I change it over. There you go. Avalar Texas Real Estate. And Agent Rhonda Drill. Bradley Basketball. Chicken Express. Cool Creek Family Dental. Gianarant Realty. Independence Title with Mr. Brian Pittman. EXP Realty with Agent Alicia Gower-Machode. Malibu Boats. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. South Star Bank, and State Farm Insurance Agent Mr. Gary Shanahan, along with our network sponsor here at Vype Live and Vype Media. That would be Academy Sports and Outdoors. Again, we'll be back with you Friday night from the Viper Pit again as the Vipers host the Cedar Ridge Raiders. But for now, on behalf of my broadcast partner, Mr. John Hatch, our QA tonight, the coach Les Clary, back at the Comfy Cozy Vype Live Studios, our technical director, Suna Vincott, and everyone with Vype Media, my name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from the